What's up, ladies? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm your girl Lorna, and today for you I'm bringing you my RV bathroom makeover. I'm just bringing you this video because I was doing it anyways, and I'm like, you know what, maybe they want some tips and tricks on a smaller bathroom, how to make it feel more updated, and some fun easy ways to decorate it. So I am so excited to show you guys this video. If you're into this sort of thing, definitely consider subscribing and hitting that little bell. I do a lot of lifestyle, mommy, organization videos here on my channel, and I would just love to have you guys. I'm going to be listing everything I can find for you down below, including my website, my Etsy store, and my Amazon influencer link that has all of my favorites. You guys, there's like hundreds of products there. If you feel like depositing some positive energies, give it a thumbs up. I'd so appreciate it. Even when you guys come say hello and leave me one little emoji, it just means the world to me. Okay, and question of the day is, what colors are your bathroom? I'd love to hear what your color schemes are, and if there's a favorite product or something, come share with us down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have going on. And without further ado, if you guys want to see what my little tiny RV bathroom makeover looks like, then just keep watching. All right, let's go back in time and look at my bathroom the way it looks before. Wow, I can't even believe just looking at it right now. It definitely looks so much different. I'm very grateful, you guys. I know this seems small, but for an RV, this is a fairly large bathroom, so I'm very grateful. It has a huge window in the roof, which I'm grateful for, but just the colors aren't me. I'm more of like light, white, bright colors. And so this is what we started out with the backsplash. It's glass tile, which I had to take off all individually. And I also wanted to show you guys a little area on the front here where I'm going to add some more peel and stick tile. I feel like this is just such a great opportunity to add like a little pop here to showcase it. So first what I'm going to do is I take all kinds of different tools. I used a scraper, a knife, I used all kinds of things to try to get this off, and it wasn't as easy as I wanted it to come off, but it did come off without damaging the walls. It did leave behind all of the glue, which you guys will see here in just a second, but honestly, it came off easy enough to where I feel like a beginner could do this. I'm used to doing projects like this. By the time I got to the end, I kind of figured out how to rock and roll this little thing. It's usually for putting on like plasters and stuff on the wall. But here's the towel, you guys. I absolutely love it. It is so beautiful. It's actually real. I don't know if it's real like shell, but it feels like shell, and it's some type of like glass or something. It's not glass. I feel like it feels like shell. I don't know how real it is, but it feels real. So it's not like paint or plastic or anything like that. So this is actual real tile. That's the peel and stick version, which I love it because it seems more elegant and upscale. So I was really glad that I could find something that looked like real tile to put in here. Also, when you're in an RV, it kind of bounces on the road, so the walls move and warp. So having a peel and stick tile is definitely what you want to go for in this situation, so you don't have your tiles falling off of the walls. That definitely wouldn't be good. So I'm kind of just positioning things. I had to do these vertical, which normally you do them horizontal, but I think it turned out beautiful. And I did this because cutting it was way too challenging the opposite way. I ended up cutting it horizontally on the front, but this tile was just, I had to cut too big of a piece, and it was fine, you guys. It's so beautiful. Either way, you could put horizontal or vertical, and it was very easy to cut along this way in the strips here. Now all I did was peel off the back part. Sorry about the lighting, you guys. It's just such a tiny space. It's gonna go in and out of light and dark, but you line up your piece, you set it in there, and it's literally that simple. So the first piece is always the easiest. For me, I'm not going up. I'm just doing these two little pieces, so it's a lot easier to line up. If I was going to go up further, I would definitely start probably at the top of my project, or where people were going to see it the most, because that's where you want it to be the straightest. You know, walls aren't always that straight, so that's something you definitely want to think about. So after I put this all on here, I just pull the sheet off the other side and line it up, and it goes on so easily. I just left the glue on there, you guys. It doesn't even matter because this is peel and stick, and the tile has movement, so you couldn't even tell that it was there. So it made it so much easier for me because I was not about to peel all of that off. That would have taken literally days. So I just give it a good press and make sure everything's sealed all together. And I cannot believe how fantastic this looks, you guys. It's so, so beautiful. Okay, so another thing I wanted to point out is you'll have a few seams if they're not aligned correctly, and they'll probably be wider if you don't bud them as close as possible. So I'll show you guys what we do for that in a little bit. Now we're going to measure for this front section. Like, isn't this going to be great? I just love how much detail that it adds to this place. I feel like it was missing something. When you look at it without this, it just didn't look right. So anyways, I am cutting this. We're doing vertical here. Excuse me, we're cutting it horizontally here instead of using the tiles vertically. And you cannot tell, like in person, it's not like, oh, wow, that looks off. It looks fine. So I'm cutting and measuring, making sure everything's lined up. I'm using my X-Acto knife here, and I am just cutting all the way down the sides. Now, I'm going to show you in just a second. I have to cut 2 little strips for either side against the grain, basically. So that was definitely challenging. But it can be done, and I did it myself, but it was very hard. I kind of scored it with a razor blade. I wish I would have showed you guys, but it was a little bit frustrating. So it's definitely easier when you don't have to cut against the grain. That's why I did it vertically on the first section there. So here's a little piece that I had to add on the sides. I'm just kind of measuring right now. Once I fit it perfectly in here, it looks so good. I kind of had a tight squeeze, but I think that's better than having a big gap. So I kind of just mushed it in there and it looked great. Then I took the other piece and wedged that in there as well. And honestly, it looked like it all belonged together. You can move it around a little bit. I would be really careful if you're working with a painted textured situation. All right, and I did lift it up like once or twice in order to get it in there, but once it got in the perfect position, it was good to go. Isn't that pretty, you guys? I love this stuff. I would highly recommend it. It is definitely a little bit more expensive than the normal peel and stick tile, but it was worth it. Next up, I'm adding a little bit of caulking in between all of the seams that I can see. Honestly, it wasn't even bad, but I feel like since it's a bathroom and stuff gets shifted around, I did want to just make it look finalized, I guess completed. And it really did help. I put some at the bottom here. I put like a thicker bead at the bottom just to make it look more finished. We had the whole RV painted, so if you guys don't see footage here of me painting it, because we actually paid somebody to paint it for us, because it's definitely a task for an RV. But I'm just kind of showing you guys how we're going to hang this painting that I got off of Amazon, which I absolutely love. We use these Velcro, they're like command hooks, I guess, but not hooks. They Velcro to the back of paintings, canvases, whatever it may be. I take some alcohol and I wipe down everything that's going to stick together. Even the back of the canvas, I wipe that down where the sticky part's going to go, and that just ensures there's no oils or dust or anything, and everything sticks really good. I will show you guys what the picture looks like at the end of the video. Next up, here is the shower. Now this was a huge dilemma for me. I also removed some doors in my closet, but stuff is just not the same in RVs, you guys. It's just not built to last, and everything's just cheap quality. I would not suggest the brand that I have. It ended up looking really good. I love my RV, but I just would go with something different if I could go back. Anyways, one of the things that I hated was this shower door. Now it's got the metal around it. It's very pretty with the glass doors. First of all, there's not a lot of opportunity for privacy in an RV, especially having one bathroom. I hated having the glass doors. The kids were coming in to use the bathroom, and it was no bueno. So also in the track at the bottom there, stuff and dirt and grime would get trapped at the bottom, and it's just gross. And I just couldn't even get anything down in there to clean unless I literally grabbed a toothbrush or something. And dude, who's got time for that? I sure don't. So those had to go. Nick was really nervous about bringing them down, but I was like, no, they need to come down. We're going to figure this out. He's like, what if it's open and there's holes? And I just was like, let's do it. I'm ready to risk it all. I am done with these doors. First step, we removed everything, and they were very unique screws. They had like a square head on them. And then Nick had to take a knife and he had to cut along the side of all of the glue. And he said this was definitely a tedious task, but it can totally be done, you guys. So if you're in an RV, you can, I'm not suggesting every single RV is the same as mine, but I would definitely check if you're sick of your doors and you don't like the tracks. These came off beautifully. There was nothing behind them. So he cut everything off. At the top is very sharp. We were going to leave the track, and I was like, dude, I want it to go. So he's like, all right, I'm going to cut it. So he starts cutting the sides, and look at that. It came off beautifully. So there's some glue and residual I have to get rid of, but oh my gosh, I'm so happy. What we ended up doing is where the screw holes were, we have one to fill because I guess the people that were putting it in messed up. So yeah, you can see all of this glue and everything. Anyways, like I was saying, he took the bolts and he cut the tips off whatever the thickness was of the frame, and they went in perfectly and it held everything together, and yeah, it was perfect. So now I'm just going in with some Lysol spray and just trying to scrub all of this glue and stuff that was underneath the tracks. And it's coming off really good. I have a little bit left over, as you can see. I need to get some Goo Gone because I just don't want to spend too much time. We had already been working on this for quite some time. So I'm going to go back in there when I get a chance, and we're going to finish everything. But those were those holes I was telling you guys about. We're going to fill those with some silicone, and just so everything's sealed, we're going to silicone everything else. But I mean, it was totally worth it. It looks like this is how it was supposed to be, and I am absolutely in love. This is what makes me feel like I have a new bathroom, is because of this track is finally gone. Next up, I want to show you guys my shower curtains. Now, almost everything is from Amazon. You guys know I'm an Amazon freak. So everything, including the tiles, the wall covering, the curtains, these little hangers, everything, even the curtain rod, everything is from Amazon. The towel rack, everything. So this is definitely an Amazon makeover, bathroom makeover. Now I'm showing you guys these curtains because the inside curtain is amazing. It's actually more cloth. You know how sometimes they're plastic and when you're showering they stick to you? Well, since our bathroom's so small, you definitely don't want to have like a plastic feeling one, in my opinion. And here it is. Isn't it so good, you guys? I just love the way that it turned out. The curtain is beautiful. It's maybe not necessarily the exact curtain I would pick out, was one that could come on time, but I loved it. So I'm showing you guys the before, the brown, the tile, all of that. And here's the after. Oh my gosh. I love it. It's so light, it's so airy, and especially being such a small space, I wanted to make sure that it was white and bright and something that I could really be happy with. My little sprayers from Bath & Body Works, this soap dispensers from my Amazon favorites, and that little flower is from Burlington Cove Factory. So those are the only two items that are not from Amazon. But there's the tile. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. You see the tile on the front of the sink. It just adds that little pizzazz, you know what I mean? And I'm trying to figure out something to do on the side here. I'm not really sure if I want to put those little bins because I still want it to look clean. So I don't know, maybe I'll put a toilet paper holder or something. I just want to utilize that space without it looking super cluttered. So we will see. I will definitely update you guys on what I end up putting there. And I have a couple of other things that I might want to put on the side of the toilet. Like I said, there's not a lot of room, but look at the curtain. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. I love it so much. Even my husband was saying like, wow, it just feels like a whole new bathroom. So we got all of that stuff off and we're getting ready to silicone it. We still haven't done that yet, but that will be a project we're going to probably do this coming weekend. Now here's the hooks that I use to hang the shower curtains, and they're like a giant diamond looking one, and they're not as classic maybe as I could have went for, but I just wanted to have fun. It's such a small space, so there's not a lot of details you can add here. And this little part stays open, but I'm totally fine with that. But I just love that the cabinets are white, everything looks good. This towel rack is the one I was talking about from Amazon. This picture is from Amazon. I got a little mark here when I open my cabinet door. Basically when I open it, it kind of leaves a little mark right here, but I'm probably going to just put a little bit of paint over that when I paint the rest of the house. It's completely fine. I'm in an RV, for goodness sakes. So I have my towel rack here. It hangs with the 3M hook. This is amazing, you guys, if you're in an apartment or you're somewhere where you don't want to damage the walls. And then this towel is actually from Target. That's another thing that's not from Amazon. I love it, you guys. I'm so happy with it. Also, if you guys are curious what's inside of these cabinets, because you know I love to organize, I just recently did an entire video of all of the bathroom organization and how to organize a small space like this. So if you're interested, I will leave the video for you guys up in the cards and down below in the down bar. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed my tiny little RV bathroom makeover. I had so much fun doing this. I was already doing it. I'm like, I might as well share with my friends what it turns out, and you know, some little easy ways you guys can update your bathroom. So hopefully you enjoyed it. If you haven't done so already, subscribe and hit that little bell. Like I said, I'm gonna list everything I can find for you guys down below. And if you've made it all the way to the end of this video, leave me a flower emoji and let me know that you did. When you guys watch my video all the way through, it just means the world to me. And don't forget to come say hi to me on Instagram. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and until next time, I'm always your girl, Lorna Marie. Bye.